Chapter 2, Page 1. Can't say I've got anything extremely amazing to share today. Last night I was tired and emotional and trying hard to keep a positive attitude. It's when my alter ego, 3 a.m. Inc. kicks in. That creative side of me that refuses to give up. Only creative and only to find a way. No matter what. 3 a.m. Inc. that comes up with ideas that may or may not be so good the next day. Like when Jerry Maguire printed his memo. Or when I came up with the idea of going door to door, selling no soliciting signs. Last night, got home and unwound. It was hard work to stay positive. Got in a great workout, which is a great way to deal with stress. And got some little text messages at midnight irritating me, but I choose not to add to the fire to fill it up. But again, not making it any easier for me to get my sleep during banker's hours. So I decided to just chill out. You know, I can't say in all my years that I've ever heard a voice from God. And I'm very fascinated by some of these churches who have I think a class called Listening for God's Voice. Sometimes I feel led to do this or that. I try to be an intelligent Christian skeptic, and I wonder, were some of us Christians brainwashed into thinking our thoughts are from God? I don't know. I can't say I've ever heard a voice from God yet. I'm fascinated by this, but I pray for wisdom that He would lead me by His Spirit. And I was like, you just need to lie down. I was angry, overwhelmed, and every emotion you could think of. You know, Jesus went out into the wilderness and fasted for several days. When it comes to praying and fasting, if you're going to do that, I've learned to be by myself when I fast. And I don't like to be by myself. But, so, anyway, got some cleaning done in here and some more cleaning. And I started my day late. I'm just getting started. Got a couple chapters on this ASC study guide for transmissions. And it's just getting started. But I hope to turn this into an opportunity. I'm feeling more relaxed right now. The place is cleaning up. And I'm prepping the surgery center. Anything overwhelming to share? Not so far. Not that I haven't probably shared before. Put some clothing in the windows to keep this place warmer in here, because it was really chilly this morning. It's a great time to cook. Maybe I should just stay in tonight and focus on learning. Let my body rest. Not that my body, it's mostly stress. Be nice to know that somebody could hear me though. When I say a setback is a setup for a comeback, I really do want to take my time with this so that I will know much, and it will be, to me, it's about overcoming one of the biggest challenges in my life. If I can do transmission work or engine work, what is it that I cannot do on a car? Is my attitude. I failed miserably at replacing a clutch last summer. I was broken. Am I still broken? Not as badly. At least it's still much easier. It's not a perfect environment. Not 100% built back up. But not as bad as last summer. But still, yes. So, a couple hours of audiobooks. I can't sit still, which is why I like audiobooks when I'm awake. It was hard for me to just sit down and listen to a book once I was awake. I wonder if I'm not like a old school NiCad battery that has to be worn completely down and then completely charged. In the world of Dave, my analogies can't be used against me. Had a quick conversation with my neighbors. I also live by this standard. What can I do better? They used to wear the WWJD bracelets, and King David said, "Search my heart, show me where I am wrong." Every day I have a pre and a post-game review of my life. What can I do different? How can I do my job better? How can I manage my money better? How can I work out better? Train smarter? Anyway, I said today was going to be the why, the vision casting of why am I self-employed. You know, to me, at heart, I am more of a romantic than anything. I thought that I was in high school, that by the time I was 25, I would be married. I would have a smoking hot wife, a booming lawn care company, some real estate, maybe even be a lay pastor. And I drive a nice white SUV, like a Suburban. I think the type of Suburban I would have had at 25 would have been I'll try to say, if I was graduated in 94, I want to make this simple. By the time I was 25, I don't know, I'd have had the ones I liked, I like the older body style on some Suburbans. Like even a 95 or a 97. So I'm sure I could find a 97 Suburban out there for practically nothing with a transmission issue. I could use my new welder to spot weld any rusts. So all these problems should become opportunities. Did my first plumbing project the other day. Was a mess. Did it under pressure. Not so much. Not a little harder to keep a positive attitude when you haven't showered a couple days. But I got it. And I got it fixed temporarily until I can stop and do it right. And that's what winter is all about. A chance to stop and fix these things and fix them the right way. So this is kind of repair camp. I invite somebody along for the journey. I picked up a coffee pot off the side of the road and used some coffee shop near a tire shop, and I might work on that. Actually, I use the extension cord on that to fix another extension cord. So I tend to fix something every day. Yesterday it was the gears. The gears went out on my salt spreader, the one that I walk behind, and apparently on my transmission. So maybe I'm gonna learn about gears or how to make gears. There's all types of videos on YouTube about gears. Maybe you know how men and women, there's things that we want but may or may not ever use or use as much as we would like to. I want a mini lathe, and I want a desktop CNC machine or a 3D printer, all these things. To make my own parts would be fun. Who knows, maybe that'll happen. Anyway, keeping my head up and keeping my thoughts right as best I can. But the vision is romance. It's about having time to have a wife and spend time with her. Quality time is my love language. One of the books I read in high school, before I read The 7 Habits by Stephen Covey, was the book written by Hiram Smith. The 10 Natural Laws of Successful Time Management. That I really liked. Very inspirational to me, and quality time is something that I crave, and it's something that I have just not have, but it's something that I want. The last probably year of my life, I have missed more church than I've ever missed in my life. pretty much the whole life I was in church every Sunday, and in the door of a church, maybe not the same one, 2 or 3 nights a week. So there's emotions involved there, and maybe that's another story for another chapter. But I'm learning about transmission diagnostics, transmission sounds. Gonna eat something and probably exercise, as I'm probably gonna pull an all-nighter tonight. I just feel like I just collapsed and I needed to just chill. Maybe it's my own thoughts. Maybe my body says you need to just lie down. Because I was getting angry and my heart was racing. Maybe this documentary is a wonderful thing. Maybe it's not. I think about some of the things I posted and the people that I invited to watch. Was it that movie that I never saw? The Blair Witch Progress was filmed with a couple of cheap video cameras and made millions. Am I trying to make money off this? No. But who's to say a guy who's trying to live right couldn't make a movie with a cell phone? That it couldn't lead to something greater. So maybe I won't ramble on and on. I guess that's enough about the vision. Not so much about technical information. But to those who are into the technical, I will tell you my sources of information. Scanner Danner on the internet has a $10 a month program where you can take his classes at your own pace. Transmission Bench is another one that is actually mostly free unless you choose to buy something. Buy it on, and I have it on thumb drive somewhere. I gotta find that. I hate moving. I really do. Hopefully I can just stay here for a long time. Audiobooks, part of Amazon. There's ASC study guides for ASC 1, 2, and 3. Basic engine understanding and diagnostics. Automatic transmissions and manual transmissions. So if you're like me and you can't sit still, those are great sources to listen to when you're mowing grass or exercising or running from the police or whatever you do. When you listen to MP3s. So that's enough talk. And probably going to need fluids, but I know there's no fluid leaks. I don't see any fluid leaks. So that's a good thing. I'm thinking maybe the rear differential. There's some chattering and some clattering. And maybe it's just time to go do it. A little more garage prep and just... I am going to baby myself through this. 1, A, I don't want to do it twice. B, not here to wallow in self-pity, but like I said, I almost died once during a repair. And I don't want to die. I want to succeed. If anybody wants to come along for this journey, that would mean the world to me. Because when I do this by myself, although it is empowering, it is painfully hurtful. If I could keep this truck on the road long enough for me to do my job and keep my word, that would be great. So maybe as I study in increments, the high school class I took, and so where there's a will, there's a way, talked about studying in increments, so I'm going to do some of that. But mostly I'm listening tonight as I organize my workspace, cleaned up some papers and cleaned up some office, and I might train legs and then do papers. I got a lot of filing, but I'm still, in spite of everything, my file cabinets are more organized than they ever have been. On the positive and thank yous today, Oh, no, I don't know what I'm going to say next, but I always try to thank somebody that I haven't thanked before. Maybe I'll do double thanks tomorrow. Thank you to the people who left behind some of the stuff they left here that I can use to make some better videos.